Okay, I have the whole thing woven. I started using the brown, then I add that little bit of blue, and then I went on this one with just the same yarn that I did the warp threads with. Now it's to take it off. On the original directions of when you use these looms with the loops, with the stretch loops, you would put the stretch loops on and then just take one off and put it over to the next one, and then put them inside the hole and then inside the hole and go all the way around. But this is too tight. I already tried that a little bit here, and I said, there ain't no way I can do that because it's just too tight. And so then I'm thinking that maybe I will just take a, no, kitty, Petunia, why? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my friends. Okay, hang on a minute. We gotta do a little cat removal. There we go, sweetie. You go take a walk somewhere. When I start talking, she thinks I'm calling her for food or something. So I want to get a hook. Well, what's that doing in my crochet hooks? Good grief. Maybe this size is good. So what I think I want to try to do is to use each one of these loops. I don't want to take it off because will I lose the loops? No, I don't think I'd lose the loops if I take it off. But, so I think, well, I don't know what I think, you guys. I'm in a conundrum here. Okay, so what if I go like this, take that loop and pull a loop through, and then chain, and then go through, pull a loop through, do like a single crochet, I think this is what I'm ending up doing. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. But I don't want it to pull too tight. This is just my, actually that doesn't look bad at all so far. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going through, pull the thread through the loop that's on the weaver, and then pull up a loop, and then I got 2 loops on the hook, and pull them through the 2 loops. That's what I'm doing so far, which it's kind of looking like I could probably take the whole square off and still do the same thing. I probably wouldn't lose my loops. But I've never done this before, so. Oh, I think it's looking okay. Let's see how this. Now, because I've got different yarns on here, different weights of yarn and stuff, it's kind of weirding out a little bit. When I do the next one, I think I will use all the same yarn. use all the same weight yarn and not be trying to go crazy with it. Yeah, this here brown yarn is really a different yarn because it's actually almost like different textures all in one yarn. Oops, I gotta add me some thread on there. Tie this on here. Let's put that in a square knot. Pull it tight, and then nip off those extra little pieces. Okay, now we're cooking. Now that knot will have to just behave itself. I'm really thinking, I don't know, sometimes I shouldn't be left alone to think unsupervised, but I'm really thinking that I could probably take this, I'm going to see what that looks like. Okay, I'm unpopping this whole thing. There, I got that whole thing on off. What the heck? I'm going to take the whole thing off. Just take the whole thing off. This might be a rat's nest. Just taking the whole thing off. Okay, it's off. Now, that's pretty just like that. Why couldn't I just leave it just, well, I'm not going to leave it just like that. Okay, now as I go around a corner now, I'm going to have to make a couple of chain stitches to go around the corner. And then I'm just going to go in each one of these loops because the loops are just right there. So it's not like it has to be, they're not going to go anywhere. So I'm just doing like a single crochet all the way around the edge. Let's see how, we'll just have to see how this looks because I really do think I want to do this. I want a woven blanket. I want to make a blanket out of the weaving. But this one here is going to teach me what I can or cannot do. So already I've decided I got to stick with one weight of yarn. And I've got a lot of the regular weight yarn, you know, whatever that's called. And I will stick with all just one weight of yarn. And now I'm also thinking, ooh, wait a minute, it's coming apart on that corner. I'm going to have to be careful when I get to that corner. Okay. Yeah, this will be a little learning curve here. I didn't think about them corners. Okay, but I still have all the loops. Still have all the loops. And then, oh, and then there's one more loop of those, of the warp threads. So those are all crocheted in. And now it's the weft. How come I got a loose piece? Oh, here we go. Now I got it back together. Oh, wait a minute. I need to have, before I start doing that, I need to be able to, I'm going to do 3 chains and then go to the first one here. so it goes around the corner, because I can already see this one here. I think it's a little tight. But I think this is like really soft. Okay, so now all of the weft loops are there. There's no way they can come apart. I can't lose them. So I just got to find them. But I'm thinking what would be pretty is if I were to do all of these woven, I can make all different colors of the weave part, but then when I crochet around them, if I use all black, just to go all around them all in black, then when I start putting them together, stitching them together with black, then it would be like almost like a sashing on a quilt with all the black. And I think it would be pretty. But this one here is definitely my pretend. It's just my, let's see what will happen if I do this thing. Hold my beer and watch it. Well, maybe not that bad, but I really don't drink beer. I don't know why I always say that. Hold my beer and watch this, because I've seen people do weird things. Okay, so then there is, why is that a knot there? Okay, why am I at an end here? That's not got a loop. Why is that there? I don't know. I don't know why that's there. Oh my gosh, because it's all... Wait a minute here, Lizzie. Even when they were inventing the wheel, they had a little trouble. They had a little trouble inventing the wheel. I don't know how I have a thing there without a loop. Okay, well, whatever it is. Oh, that was the loop that, okay, now I got that figured out. That was the loop that went around that first peg. And so, but I don't have it in a loop now. I got to make it into a loop because I need a loop there. Okay, so I can untie that, and then I can retie it so I have a loop. I know I'm a little loopy. How can I get that in a knot with these chunky fingers? Okay, wait a minute here. I've got to go make me some, I'm giving it 3 chains there. And then I can go into this here loop that I just created and then make my stitch. This will be lumpy. This is my lumpy wonky. I have been giving some thought into doing something with my channel, and I've mentioned it before, I think, and I don't know if I'll figure out how to do it, but a lot of channels have a process where you can join their channel, join. And then when you join it, then they show perks that you can get if you join. And the joining is like either $2.99 or $3.99 or $4.99. Well, you get your choice that you would pay each month to join my channel. But then I have to have, then the process is there's perks. And so I'm working on what my perks would be. And so what my perks, every month, once a month, I would choose a winner from the I would choose a winner from all of the members. The winner, once a month, would get one of the projects that I make, because I make a lot of projects, then I don't know what to do with them after they're done. And so, like, the projects would be, like, maybe it would be a needle book like this, something like this. It might be something like that, or it might be like this wall hanging that I'm working on that I never have finished it, but it's almost finished. It might be something like that. But it will be, unless you live in East Uwadidi on the other side of the world, then you might just get something really smaller, but it will still be nice. But nice in my opinion. And but what I'm doing it for is because, see, this money would go directly into my PayPal, I think, or maybe not. Maybe it just, I don't know how I would get it, but it would be my shipping money, because I got a lot of things. I want to send out happy mails and stuff of things that I have just around here, but I don't always have the money to ship it. And so I've got all good thoughts, but then shipping prices are like crazy. And so I don't get things shipped on time and stuff. And so that's what I want to do. It's just like a fundraiser for shipping. So if one day you see under my videos, it'll say join. And if you click on that, then you would have joined. And I'm working on, and I'm talking to a couple of people too, to try to get ideas of perks that I can give. One thing would be a live stream just for members once a month. And just for members live stream once a month, which I'm not real good about doing things just for a certain bunch of people. I'm more of a equal opportunity kind of old lady. Now, and so I haven't started it yet because I don't have it all figured out. I did fill out like an application form with YouTube to get it started, but I haven't heard from them. So they may not have approved me to do it. I don't know how that works. And but if you see a join under there, that's what it's going to be. It's not there yet, but I'm still kind of working on it. And that's what it will be for, is because I want to raise money for shipping. That's what me and Papa live on our fixed income. We're old, and we kind of didn't put any money in IRAs or anything, so we live on our Social Securities, which is enough. It's enough for us. We don't need any more than that. We got plenty of food and plenty of ice cream at all times. But there's not always a lot of extra, and so this is just a way that I want to see if, and I know everybody's not going to be able to afford even $2.99 a month. I know that, and that's just fine. But see, that's why it's kind of hard to figure out perks. What my perks would be, which one of the perks would be sending off one nice gift to a lucky winner. And so if I have one live stream a month just for the members, that's when I would do the drawing for the prize, so everybody would see that I'm doing it fairly. And then I would have the money that's set aside already for that shipping. And so, but I'm trying to think of different things that I could do would be special for members. But I don't know. It's just like, picking a favorite child because one child makes more money than the other one. I don't know. I can't do that. But anyway, this is my square. So my square turns out to be, it's actually 7 inches square. And I do think See how it looks? It just looks really well. I got a couple knots in there where I tied the threads together. But if I were to do it just like this and make just a stack of squares, and they can be multicolors or all one color. I love this yarn right here. This is so pretty. It's almost got like fur in it. And but that's in both the warp and the weft right here, which that looks really pretty. And then the blue is just a regular yarn, and then the brown is some kind of a fancy yarn. And so when you go down the strip of yarn, there might be a thin spot, then a heavier spot, and it just keeps changing. But this is real. I think this is really nice. I think this is really pretty. And I think that's the way to go with taking it off, is just doing a single crochet all the way around the finished square. And so, and I'm thinking that if I do this and I finish off each square with black and then put the squares together, then it'll be like each square will be framed with the black. And I think that would be pretty, I think. And now this is something that'll take me like years and years to make. And when I say blanket now, it might turn out to be just a little lap blanket. It may not be for a king size bed. It'll probably just be like a little lap blanket. But I like this. I like this. I think it feels nice. I think it looks, I like the look of the weave in there, and it's not just a, because I could make granny squares, you know, but I've done a lot of things with granny squares. I want just something different, and I love the look of the weave, and I love the look of primitive colors and stuff. I like that. And so I'm going to work on that more, but that is using this here, which probably most all of you have got one of these laying around. I know this one's got some paint peeling off of it on one of these little pegs. But they're not expensive, but I like the look of that weave. I really do. I really do. Okay. Now it's time for me to go to bed. What time it is? 1:06 a.m. How'd that happen? I am just a weird one. Let's find something to read. It's my bedtime story. This will be my bedtime story right here. All right, bedtime story. Gosh, I have put up this week, today, I have put up, I don't know how many videos, I think 4. Oh, you just don't never know about this funny lady here. Okay, what does it say at this hour of the morning? Let us ask you, are you looking for happiness outside your everyday, moment-to-moment experience? Thinking you will find happiness out there someday? I go out there. So many go chasing a magic it out there, but it never could be found there. So we want to share a secret that shouldn't be a secret. Why do I try to read without my glasses on? I'm going to start over. Hang on a minute. Okay. Let us ask you, are you looking for happiness outside your everyday, moment-to-moment experience, thinking you will find happiness out there someday? So many go chasing the magic it out there, but it never could be found there. So we want to share a secret that shouldn't be a secret. You are pure joy. What made you is pure joy. And every time you wake up, even when you sleep, you have joy waiting to be expressed inside you. Joy and happiness and fullness come from doing joy, being joy, knowing it, cultivating it, and lighting it in your heart so you can share it. You must know this. You must know this so when the time comes, you will be fully free, and your joyful being and actions will turn you into a beacon of starlight. Look within and be joyful, even for tears and loss, for they mean you have lived, really lived. Jump into it all and love every minute. We all love you like crazy over here. And that's a good one too. Yep. You have joy waiting to be expressed inside you. Joy and happiness and fullness come from doing joy. being joy and knowing it. And so, I mean, as simple as smiling at somebody at the grocery store. You just look at somebody and smile, and you are spreading your joy. So that is very good. Thanks for watching all these silly videos I've put up. And this is kind of fun. If you've got one of them old, if you've got one of these old things laying around, because these have been around since good grief forever, and you could just use it as a weaving board and not have to use the loops that you're supposed to use with them, but just use all of your scrap yarns and just weave all through it. And there you go. Use all your scrap yarns, and maybe you can figure an easier or a different way to take them off or finish the edges. But I think the single crochet all the way around is what I like. That's what I like. So this was just my first trial run. Okay, I ask God to watch over each and every one of you, every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe and secure, keep you happy, healthy, and humble. And I will see you on the next video. But now I'm going to bed. God bless.